very simply. Because from the ancient time, it is known that gold is a precious remedy, good food, and we could go from ancient time to modern applications. So, you know, we could cover, I don't know, cake, for example. This is a hard birthday cake order. We could use the gold as drugs. There are two types of drugs already on the market. I'm not going to talk about this, but just in order to remind you that the gold is not only, let's say, a very precious metal, but it is also a part of the modern medicinal system. Well, one it is, for example, you know that oncological, let's say, oncologists, they put the very tiny needle of the gold into the prostate gland in order to protect from the cancer or in order to cure. Or, for example, for rheumatoid arthritis, it is known for 20, 30, even 40 years that this is a very good remedy. However, the molecular mechanism is not known yet. But the gold, it is for sure the golden standard for drugs as well. But today I'm not going to talk about drugs, but about dietary supplement, a new product. So, composition. As I said, okay, I'm not going into details, but what is important to know is that that the major ingredient, it is silver fir extract, wood extract. We name it Belinal, just in order to clarify the later slides. And okay, besides Belinal, there's vitamin C, zinc, then vitamin E and gold, 0.15 milligram of a gold in each capsule of the finest quality without any impurities, without heavy metals, so the purest gold. What is actually kvital? What is the function? So it has clinically proven benefits and could contribute to health and well-being in the following areas. So stress first, immune system, could increase the immune system. I'm going to show you this later on in all our studies. Sport, diabetes, and weight management, which is quite important. And topically, as a cream, as a lotion, could be used for the skin. Anti-aging activity is presented there. So stress. Now, you know, after lunch, you'll think that you are well, but actually, free radicals, oxygen-free radicals, are working against you. Depends on what you are eating at the moment, but all the time we are under stress. This could be environmentally based or embodied triggered. And look at all these kind of triggers, environmental triggers that could formate the free radicals. Smoking, UV radiation, X-ray, pollution, etc. So, of course, food, poor diet, all together, they are producers of free radicals that influence on our health system in our body. Not only, influence the cells. It is so-called the normal cell, the normal cellular membrane, but it is, well, a lot of different kind of triggers activates the free radicals, and they damage cellular membrane. This could be protected by antioxidant. Let me go further on. Oh, sorry, let me go back. Okay, so this is a very clear example of healthy human cells in culture. You know that we could culturing the human cells. It's a peanuts. This is a very routine one. And look, if we put human cells in culture together with the product, digested product of the typical fast food meal, look at this disaster. What is under the microscope? We could see or apoptosis or necrosis. And by using antioxidant, we could simply increase the situation. It means that we could repair the optimal, or let's say the normal cellular development and moiety. So let me go further on. And on the organism, this is much more important. So there are, free radical oxidative stress influences on all possible parts of our body. Brain, well, there is, we do not know about Alzheimer's yet. What is the basic trigger? But there could be also the stress. Heart, of course, stroke, high blood pressure, heart attack, and so on. Kidney, skin, multi-organ, diabetes type 2. I'm going to show you later on about diabetes type 2 and metabolic syndrome. Joints, immune system. This is the most important part of our body. Heart is not that important. Let's say 20 years ago, we talked about, brain and heart. But now we know immune system is, in parentheses, the heart of our body. If the activity of immune system is decreased for this or that reason, because of the stress, then this could be then the starting point to develop or cancer or cardiovascular disease or chronic inflammatory diseases, etc., etc. So then we have blood vessels, lung, eye. So you see the whole body suffers from stress. What could be the solution for all of you today? Well, consider that this is the official launch of a new product for the first time here in Los Angeles. So Solution Premium Best Quality Antioxidant we developed together with some scientists around the world. So let me show you some results. I would like to convince you that this is a real unique product, and in order to convince you, I have to show you some results coming from labs and from clinical studies. So, antioxidant activity. I'm pretty sure that you are very well informed about the best antioxidants, which is, for example, resveratrol. The resveratrol, it is the compounds you could extract it from skin of some berries, blueberries, all other berries, or grapes. And for us, men, the most plausible way to get the resveratrol, it is what? Red wine, exactly. So, for all of us, in the red wine there is a lot of resveratrol. Okay, then vitamin E, then green tea polyphenols from the leaves of green tea. And if we compare all this was done several times, antioxidant activity of a kvital is higher than all antioxidant activity of resveratrol, double higher than vitamin E, and almost 4 times of the level of the catechsin from green tea, so polyphenolic compound. You see how powerful tool is in our hand. But it's up to you. Look at me. How old am I? Guess. Thank you very much. No, 83 years old. Come on, this is a joke. This is the only lie in my presentation. Everything else, it is true. But okay, no. Look, during the clinical studies, during the lab works, me and my colleagues, we really, on a daily basis, we eat a lot of this kind of extract, and we feel great. Without gold, but with gold, this is even extra. So let me show you this. So antioxidant ORAC value. This is another one. There are different methods how to deal with this antioxidant activity. There are several methods, but this ORAC value, it is very well accepted by USDA and FDA. So if you compare different berries like acai, goji, cranberries, look at this. So these are results coming from different labs independently, and we show that kvital really possesses the highest antioxidant activity. Wow! Thank you. And for all of you, now coming from lab to an in vitro study. In vitro study means that we included animal models. I'm so sorry, animal models, they should be included in some investigations, despite the fact that we are against this kind of experiments. But, well, it's just a question of time when we're gonna do everything in one single tube. At the moment, this is impossible. So let me explain more in detail about this experiment. So guinea pigs, like animal models, we divided into 3 subgroups. The first subgroup were fed on the heterogenic diet. What is heterogenic diet? This is, typical diet with a lot of bad guys in the story. Egg yolk, cholesterol, glucose, then fat, saturated fat, etc. So this is a really bad diet. Then a basic diet, it is, oops, I'm so sorry. Let me go back. Okay, basic diet means without all this, bad food. So the second group, and the first group, heterogenic diet. So we feed animals with heterogenic diet plus silver fir extract. And look at these results. So after the animals were sacrificed, we isolated blood vessels, we opened them, and then we, put the very specific dye which binds to the surface of the atherosclerotic plaques. You see, the more reddish the tissue is, the more fat it is composed, or it is on the surface of the blood vessel. And this is from heterogenic diet. This is the basic diet result with the heterogenic diet plus Berlinale. So we clearly prove that kvital could preserve your blood vessels. We are so proud of this that we published this, not only published, but there is first patent, and we published this in the very, high scientific journal, Phytomedicines. We published for the first time that Berlinale or kvital could protect your blood vessels. Let me go further on. About carbohydrates, about diabetes type 2, which is, very, 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 diabetic syndrome. Every second adult in the modern world develops before and now, almost every adult develops just at least one sign of the metabolic syndrome. What is metabolic syndrome? I'm going to show you later. So, okay, let me go back to this clinical trial. 30 healthy males were recruited in order to get these results. So again, we divided them into 3 subgroups. The first subgroups, they got the 100 grams of carbohydrates in terms of bread. Then the second subgroup, they got again 100 grams of carbohydrates plus very well-known registered drug acarbose, which reduce the blood sugar after the meal. So this is so-called postprandial glucose. And the third subgroup, composed of the volunteers, they got carbohydrates plus Berlinale. And you could see very clearly that Berlinale, which means fir wood extract, decreases the concentration in the blood, the sugar concentration, almost equally with a drug without any side effects. What about sport? Kvital and sport. So 10 athletes were taking kvital during training. This was a 14-day training, and in order to be prepared for 10 kilometers running. So the fatigue was reduced for 38%, even more. The regeneration of muscles and joints were faster for 45%. And endurance, which is for athletes the most important part during the training, was improved for 36%. And now, let me go further with the skin. Experiment was done without gold. I should point out this is very important. Why? Because gold could even improve. We all know that the gold itself could slow down the depletion of collagen in the upper layer of the skin. So Berlinale the skin was treated with Berlinale. This was a topical ointment. And look at this density of the collagen before treatment, and look at this after the treatment. So density is much higher. This should be our second product, named kvital gold standard for the anti-aging skin. So this will be, let's say, in the next event, I'm going to show you a result about this. So let me conclude. To whom we recommend kvital? Individuals suffer from weak immune system. Guys, we are all here. So, lack of concentration, chronic inflammatory diseases. I didn't mention this before. What are chronic inflammatory diseases? Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis. So, there are many of them. It means that the level of pro-inflammatory cytokines, it is all the time permanently high. We have to reduce the level of the cytokines in order to improve the symptoms of the disease, and lack of energy as well. So, at the end, formulation. There is one veggie capsule. So, all components are put in one veggie capsule, filled with balinal, gold, and other ingredients. For prevention, we recommend 1 capsule per day. Could be 1 or 2 capsules per day. In case of depletion, or cough, or exhausting, lack of energy, we recommend the dose, it is 3 capsules per day. What about the duration of treatment? We could eat 1, 2, 3 capsules per day from day to day. There is no side effect, fully organic and ecological. However, what we recommend for all of you and your consumers, let's say, to stop after 3 months. Why? In order to feel the difference. So you could take the pill day to day for 3 months, a period of 3 months, and then there should be 1 month wash out period. And you're gonna feel the difference. So let me summarize all about this. kvital is very safe, natural, new dietary supplements. Manufacturing process from raw material to final packaging is fully controlled. All ingredients are certified. This is very important. From state to state, there are some different regulations, different, let's say, paperwork to be done in order to get all the approvals, and we've done it already. So each batch is subjected to routine analysis. And what is the most important, that the product was developed by means of a group of internationally recognized scientists, pharmacists, and MDs. This is the end, my dear friends, and perhaps you're gonna ask me, what about the price, right? Well, it's not about money, but at the end of this, it's quite important. So the full price is $67. But for you, my friend, today, because of the celebration day, because of the birthday of Harold, and because of all of you, there is only $40. You could get this product on the reception desk, I guess. Silvio, am I right? Okay. Thank you for your attention, and I'm open for any discussion, but later on. All the best!